Last week we had an assignment, correct? To learn one shloka.
Yes.
Who are learnt? Okay. Some of you know. Yeah, please. Yada.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavatu bharata
Abhyuttanam.
abhyuttana adharmasya tadatmanam
Srijamyaham. Yeah, famous verse. You want to know? You want to recite?
Yes, sir. But I have listened this slok, but actually what are the words in this full slok?
Okay.
Some words are missing.
Okay, I will repeat then again. Yada yada hi dharmasya nirbhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya atmanam srijamyaham.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Slok, our slok Prabhu, Moksha.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Nitai.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Okay. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever there is decline in dharma glani, I appear. And we came out with a very, very wonderful definition of dharma glani. What was that? What is the dharma glani? It's the greatest dharma glani.
Detachment from Krishna.
Detachment from Krishna.
From
What is the exact term I told? Not remembering Krishna. There is another word, precise word. Forgetfulness of Krishna. Forgetfulness of Krishna is the dharma glani. Because all other complications come from when we forget Krishna. Now see, today's word, Prabhupada told, is, if you agree with me, today's world is suffering from spiritual starvation. And so much of word is not as, which was better, life, 50 years ago or today?
50 years ago.
Be honest, yeah? That was better. How do you know? 50 years ago? How old are you? 7. Okay. What made you think that 50 years ago life was better?
Because my mother was telling
Yeah.
in that time
Yeah. It was better. Food was good. Food was good quality, fresh air, everything fresh. Now this is acquiring knowledge. I don't have to see it myself. She doesn't have to wait for another 50 years to know that 50 years was better. She heard it from someone who has seen 50 years. Her mother has seen people who saw 50 years before. She also might not have seen 50 years before. She saw someone who saw 50 years. She picked lesson and passed on to daughter. So there are 4 ways of learning. First class learner is one who listens to others and picks up the point. If someone tells him that certain thing is bad, like let's say alcohol or smoking cigarette is not good for health, it will lead to complications. Who is intelligent will hear and immediately pick up the lesson. First one, just by hearing, he will understand and he will accept, he will implement. First class. Second class is, by hearing he will not take it. I want to see it myself. I want to see. I have to smoke, I have to get into difficulty, then I will realize that there is not good. Not good. Second class. Third class fellow, even he is told, even he has seen, still he doesn't go into his head. He will not accept. He has to go through that difficulty himself, still he will not accept. Correct? So, first class learner is one who learns, hears from others and immediately accepts the principle or lesson. Second class person who hears but he will not take it seriously. When he will take it seriously? Lakshmi? When he personally goes through that problem. When, for example, rising early in the morning is good for health. Some people hear and immediately capture and wake up. Instead, if you rise early and take bath early, you can avoid 70% of the diseases. Straight 70%. If you get up and do a little walk, breathe some fresh air, you'll avoid. But one who doesn't listen, he has to sleep till late, and then he has to get into so many complications. He'll come back to that point. Okay. Similarly, this is all basic lesson. So the real lessons of life, way of learning is by Shruti. The Acharyas, the great teachers, scholars, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, they have told the lesson already. What is that lesson? Human life is a great opportunity for the soul. The soul is on a journey. Is on a journey from Janma Janmantara. The Bhagavad Gita says, Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. The soul has accepted certain body. At the time of death, he leaves the present body, and after that, what happens? He has to take another body. Jatasya hi, one who has died has to take another birth, and one who is born has to die. This is a cycle. So Acharyas tell, so human life is an opportunity to end the cycle and attain what is called moksha or salvation. We attain highest perfection. That is the opportunity. And human life, the most important thing one has to be doing is bhakti seva, doing spiritual activities. Who is intelligent will hear and immediately absorb, accept that principle. Accept principle. Otherwise, who doesn't hear, he has to go through the same path. Yes or no? Most of us don't listen to the lessons. He says, Balagrasta Krida Sakta. Balagrasta Balyavastha Krida Sakta. Yuvavastha Yotya Sakta. Tarunavastha Tarani Sakta. Vriddhavastha Chintagrasta. Pare Brahmani Kopi Nalagna. Balyavastha Krida Sakta. When you are a child, small age, we are only interested in sports and frivolous activities. Yeah, it's natural. Then Tarunavastha, when you are young, we are attracted to the other young person. Half of time, a lot of time goes. When we are old, there is no time to think, and he is only simply repenting. They said more than 60% of the population spends most of its time in repenting. They carry repent in their mind. How many of us feel, I should have done that, I should have done this. If I had done something else, my life would have been better. You think sometimes? You see people thinking. Many people say, no, I did a mistake, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Correct? So, most people spend time in regrets. Today morning itself I read one in article, newspaper, small clippings. It says, all of us do mistakes. But that mistake should not be allowed to ruin the rest of our life. At whatever age, 25, 30, I made a mistake. But most people make that mistake kill the rest of their life. In the form of regret, in the form of that, that pain. So we should move on with life. So a lesson I am saying is, pick up from the Shastra, hear from the sages, the good lessons they have taught, and immediately absorb. You don't have to see it personally. So this says, Bhagavan Krishna comes regularly to remind us about our goal of life. And that goal is that we have forgotten Krishna, we have to remember Krishna again, God again. So that is the way of attaining perfection or coming out of all our problems once for all. And today I want to take up another shloka, which is called as the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Nichod, what is the Sara? Bhagavad Gita is a detailed text. So about Bhagavad Gita itself, what is said? Bhagavad Gita was given, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was given to deliver us from the designs of ignorance. When is knowledge required? When we are in ignorance. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasima Jyotirgamaya. Tamas means ignorance. So I am in ignorance, I need knowledge to come out of this ignorance. That's why Shastra says we have to move towards knowledge. That is towards the path of knowledge. Sadgamaya, Jyotirgamaya, that is knowledge. And the knowledge is Bhagavad Gita. The context may be war, that Arjuna doesn't want to fight, that is the context. But the lesson is same. So again and again, in different contexts, the same knowledge will be repeated. And what is the essence of this knowledge? In brief, it is said the Bhagavad Gita speaks about 5 topics. Like for example, by seeing the title, sometimes you may understand what does it talk about. Like say, if I write the textbook of thermodynamics, What do you think it will talk about?
About temperature,
Heat.
material properties, heat.
Thermodynamics, heat. It is basically, you can understand it's more or less about heat and properties about, okay, whatever heat, how the energy can be transformed. You make a piston, then you create some energy out of that, potential energy, all that, so many rules will come, proportions will come, everything will come. Okay. I don't have student ask question. Okay, you all know it. Hey, Mithai, what is the proportion between T and V? It's direct or inverse? T and V.
T and V.
Yeah. Direct.
TV is equal to energy.
Yeah.
If pressure is constant, then T is it.
See, we have an expert. So temperature is directly proportional to volume. That's how the piston is working on that, na? That's where we get that suction and piston. Anyway, so that is a thank you. So what I was saying, if I say thermodynamics, more or less it will talk about heat. So Bhagavad Gita, we should know, it will talk about 5 topics. 5 topics. Can we repeat? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. So this is the scope, scope of the book, spoke or the syllabus of Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara, who is Bhagavan. Ishvara is one who is creator of everything. Nothing comes automatically, it's not accidental. There is, to create a small book or a table, it requires some intelligence. To create a building, it requires intelligence. Someone should be there behind it. So creator, Ishvara is one who is created, Ishvara is one who controls, and Ishvara one who ultimately is the in charge of everything. This is a God. This is a generator, operator, destroyer. He is the one who generates, who creates, one who operates, who maintains, and then through his energy it is destroyed. God. So Ishvara, first topic, Ishvara. Second is Jiva, all of us. Atma. Ishvara, Jiva. Prakriti, nature. Prakriti, around us. We are studying nature, right? Ishvara, Bhagavan, God. Then Jiva, the soul. Then third one is Prakriti, nature. Prakriti. And then there is Kala. Kala is the time. Kala. And then there is Karma, our activities. Each of them are separate topics. Amazing topics. All of them are in detail. And Bhagavad Gita is again the knowledge of all the Shastras in code form. Code form is in the form of sutras. That is the beauty of Upanishad and Puranas. This is Upanishadic language. In brief they mention. See, just in 700 slokas, it is not possible to explain everything. But we have the, what you call the axiometric truths, formulas. And the derivations will be there. Your detailed explanation will be found in the Puranas. This is the knowledge in brief, in succinct formula type, code form. The details will be in the Purana. That's why I always say Purana means Puryatiti Purana. So Purya means elaboration. The Upanishadic language in more elaborated, detailed explanation is Purana. Like for example, it's a Prakriti. Bhagavad says, Ishvara glances at the Bhutva Praliyati. The Lord looks at the Prakriti and the nature comes. It's manifest. How it is manifest? Again, go back to the details in Puranas. That I will tell. Puranas, that is the in code form. How it happens? It happens creation happens in 3 phases. Pradhana, Mahatattva and Prakriti. Repeat, Pradhana, Mahatattva, Prakriti. So what is Pradhana? Pradhana is the aggregate what you call store of the elements or the functional units or the constituent elements of this universe. It is the aggregate or collection in simpler word. It's collection of the raw materials or the ingredients, the constituent ingredients of this universe. Now we are talking about a universe, how this universe was created. 2 questions science hasn't answered. About creation, about life. How the universe came into existence, there is a Big Bang theory. There are more than 200 theories about how universe came. But what they propose in physics, if you see, the simplest way of validating whether I can propose a theory. I'll say something has come up like this. Any theory. But in scientific language, my statement is valid. My statement is valid and scientific only when I can express it in the form of a mathematical equation. E equal to mc square. So whatever formula he come across, he has to present in the form of equation. And the equation, he starts with you are science students, right? Equation starts with a proportion. When it becomes equal to
Constant.
when there is a coefficient. Correct? When coefficient or constant, you have two things, constant coefficient. So E equal to MC is both together. It equations when there is both sides are equal. LHS equal to RHS. Sometimes it is a variable or the coefficient value may change. Correct? It varies according to the variables varies. Anyway, so I am saying the basic point is a physics statement is valid when it can be expressed in the form of mathematical equation. Till date, Big Bang theory, they are not able to write an equation for the proposal they have made. So it cannot be taken seriously. All other theories. Okay. So now the theory that Bhagavatam proposed, I am just out of interest because we are from the background. So I am explaining how Bhagavatam explains the theory of creation. Very logical, makes sense. Simple to start with. To build anything, we need raw materials. To build this building, can we just build in the air?
No.
What do we bring first? We bring raw materials. What are raw materials for this building?
Brick,
Bricks are required.
cement,
Cement,
rock.
yeah.
Water is required.
Water is required. Steel required. Steel, water.
Iron rod.
Iron rods, yeah. Metal. There is metal. So earlier they was using wood also. For the roof we had wood. Mud also can be used. Mud blocks. So raw materials are required. Let's say here we need cement, we need bricks, we need water, we need sand, water. Few things, heat also required. Heat is involved, correct, to mix it together. So these adhesive is required, and the adhesive is required to paste them together. If I just keep brick over brick, will it stand? No. What is adhesive here? What puts
Cement.
Cement, very good. So I didn't know that until I was 10th standard. These kids are very smart. They know. Other day asked, is monitor input device or output device? These guys answered. I didn't know. Monitor is what device, man? Input or output? Screen.
Input.
Screen.
Output.
Screen. Keypad?
Input.
See? They are ready made. Okay. Anyway. Amazing. Okay. So now ingredients are required. I am just giving examples to make, but the point is very precise. You need ingredients to build a topics, any structure. So to build this universe, there are some ingredients required. We said 24 elements. Starting with the Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then there is mind, intelligence, ego. Then there are 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas. Then Tanmatras, means for the eyes there is sight, for the tongue there is taste, for the there is sound. So Tanmatras, the equivalent or the corresponding Tanmatra for each of the senses. For skin has no value without sparsha. What will do skin? There is sense of touch is required, na? Touch. Eyes, sight. Then ears, hearing. Correct? So the corresponding are there. Then there are 3 gunas. Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So pradhana. So these 24 elements put together is called as the raw materials. Mahatattva comes later. So pradhana is very interesting. You have to just imagine, visualize along with me. Pradhana is the aggregate or collection of these 24 elements in what they call as undifferentiated form. Undifferentiated means unsegregated form. Unsegregated. That is the beauty of creation. How complex it is, we cannot imagine. Unsegregated means, for example, let's say I bring cement, I bring rod, I bring water, I bring bricks, and put in that cement mixer machine. I make a mix. I make a liquid out of all the ingredients. Liquid and put in drum. Cement, water, bricks, everything is there, but all grinded together. Like you make mixed fruit juice. I put on papaya, I put on apple, I put on another fruit, 5-6 fruits, but I mix it. Which fruit you'll see in that? All all mixed, jumbled, all mixed together. Okay, all the ingredients mixed together, undifferentiated, is called as pradhana. This is originally how it was present before creation. It is lying in one place, lying in one place. Okay, and if I keep a drum, undifferentiated drum in one place, will it make any movement on its own?
No.
If I dump cement, everything in one place on a site, will creation happen? When will creation start?
We should
When a
make.
human being goes there, when a person goes, he makes the movements. Okay. So this pradhana is the collection of all the ingredients, 24 ingredients, in undifferentiated form. Undifferentiated means mixed together, not segregated. Correct? That is pradhana. Then Mahavishnu, Lord Mahavishnu glances at pradhana. He looks at pradhana. Looks at pradhana. When he looks at pradhana, he sends the living entities into that area where the pradhana is lying. That becomes Mahatattva. Pradhana plus living entities is Mahatattva. Same pradhana, but there are living entities there. That is pradhana. So as we know, wherever there are living entities, there is some movement will start. And by the combination of pradhana and living entities, the output is prakriti. From pradhana, first thing what happens is segregation happens. From segregation, then there is creation. That's also quite complex. Segregation, they say, the first thing to be created was the false ego. Okay, again my favorite question. Definition of false ego. Nita, I will discuss question. You are also there, correct? When you discuss the definition of false ego.
Yeah.
Mox, you are there. Yeah, you remember? Try. Squeeze your brain. Definition of pradhana. I gave in the form of
soul
a
meets the
junction point.
Junction point. The soul meets the matter.
Yeah. False ego is the junction where spirit touches matter. It's worth the mugging up. Good definitions. Spirit touches matter. For example, for identification, basically identification. You are a soul. As a soul, are you Indian? Are you Indian as a soul? No. You are as a soul. Maybe what is guarantee that you will not take birth in Europe? Is it guarantee that you are in India only before this birth? Not sure. You may be a Gandharva, you may be a upper planet, or you may be somewhere else who came here. We know many cases. In our school we had a case. The student at night used to speak German, some European language. In subconscious mind, he was speaking some European language. Means he has some connection. He has come there from the West. Now it's more likely. Someone taking birth somewhere and coming here. As a soul, we are not Indians. But when you take this body, which is part of India, your soul connects to this land. We become Indian like that. That is false ego. How creation happens? False ego plus sattva-guna. The integration of false ego and sattva-guna gives rise to mind. That is the output. Integration of false ego and rajoguna gives rise to intelligence and senses. And the integration of false ego and tamoguna gives rise to the sense objects, panchabhutas. From there, other things keep on creating. So this is the story of creation. Did you understand fully? Who understood fully? No, jumbled. Correct? We don't know. But does it mean that it is not possible? So when I myself found an example that when we hear abstract explanations, for us it looks very, very over the head. It's bouncing over the head. Correct, Nitya? So we don't know how pradhana can become prakriti. Mahatattva, how mahatattva can lead to creation. Integration of false ego, both subtle things. I can't understand. I can say you put cement and how to build a house, but this I don't know. One example I give is all of us have phone. Okay. Phone, with the moment there's button, right, Mataji? How do you get internet into your phone? How do you get internet into your phone?
Wi-Fi.
Wireless.
By switching on Wi-Fi. Or else there is a data button. There is a button, correct, Mataji? On the data, on the press, if you unclick, then you don't have data. If you click on that, you will get internet. You get. But do you know how internet comes to your phone? Do you know what is IP address? IP V5, V6. What is LAN, WAN? What is DHCP server? What is so many servers go behind. What is switch? Then what is a gate? You know what is gate? Nitai? You know what is gate? Gate of a LAN. Switch idea. Switch and hub. Hub and switch. Switch. Many switches make group of many switches one LAN. And what is gate? Gate is the router. Can you connect from one switch to another switch from another network? There is one switch here. Another is like 10 computers are there. I am connecting them through a switches.
LAN.
Yeah, that becomes LAN, local area network.
Yeah.
Then how do you connect to outside another network? This LAN 1, LAN 2. How do you connect the two LANs? Wi-Fi. What is it? Wi-Fi goes through. What is the receiving point? Is router. Router. Correct. Router. Without router, how can you receive anything from another LAN? Correct. Router is the gateway. So there is IP address for gateway. You say 10.10.10.289.256. You will know basics of electronics. You will get that. So what I am saying, will a layman know all these things? Layman doesn't know. For us it looks bounces. How can I explain what is LAN, WAN, DHCP server, this server, then so much of long complex diagrams they have, we can't understand. I can understand only how to push that button, I get internet. For us, these stories of creation, pradhana, they like that layman who only knows how to push the button. There are engineers who know, the Brahmaji is there, his assistants are there, they do the creation back end. So I mean to say, I don't want to confuse you, I have confused enough, but what I mean to say is, there is an entire system in place behind the screen who takes care of these things. That is the universal affairs. Prakriti, I was telling about Prakriti. So another point I was saying, Bhagavad Gita is the what you call hyperlink in simple language. If you click on a link, it will go to a bigger page. So Bhagavad Gita is a link, and the bigger page is the Puranas. Purana is a detailed, elaborate explanation. Upanishad is only the formula. Is formula, that is derivation. So Bhagavad Gita is the hyperlink to the rest of the Vedas. All the Prabhupada tells in the very beginning. The beauty of Bhagavad Gita, or the glory of Bhagavad Gita is, whatever knowledge we hear of, which is there in the other scriptures. There are many scriptures. You know what is the scope of scriptures? Basically there is Shruti and Smriti. Two categories. Okay. In Shruti there are Vedas. In that again, Brahmana, Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas. And the Upanishads. These are the four categories. In that, out of all that, we have 4 Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajur, Samveda, Atharvaveda. To study Vedas, you need Vedangas. You need Kalpa, Shiksha, then the Chandas, there is Nirukti, there is Vyakarana, there is Jyotisha. 6 Vedangas you need to study to learn Vedas. That is the Shruti part. Then there is Smriti section. There is Dharma Shastra, then there is Tantras, then there is Pancharatara, then there is the Itihasas, Puranas, and then the Darshanas. In Darshanas we have 6 Darshanas. One is your Patanjali, then there is Vaisheshika, then there is Nyaya, then there is Uttara Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, and then Uttara Mimamsa. There are 6 categories. Jaimini, different rishis have proposed different Vedas. Of all them is Vedanta Sutra is the highest. Vedanta Sutra. So this is the scope of Shastras. Can we sit and study all of them? Not possible in Kali Yuga. But the gist of all that, what I am saying is, the gist of all that Vedic knowledge is in Bhagavad Gita. That's what Prabhupada mentioned in the beginning. Whatever knowledge is there in the Shastras, all the Shastras is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Additionally, some knowledge, some important matter or some important information which may not be found in other scriptures, that is also in Bhagavad Gita. What is elsewhere is very much there in Bhagavad Gita, and what is not in other places is also there in Bhagavad Gita. So one who studies the Bhagavad Gita, we can say by and large he has studied all the scriptures. You don't have to, we may not have the time to go through all of them, but one who has gone through Bhagavad Gita has understood the gist of all the scriptures. So why I am speaking so much is to emphasize on the importance of studying Bhagavad Gita. That gives us the essence of all the Shastras. And what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita again? Again, Bhagavad Gita speaks of 5 topics. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. 5 topics. And the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all scriptures. And what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita itself? So we will study this one verse. If you understand this verse, you have understood the crux of the message that Krishna wants to give. We will recite one verse. So Mataji, this is also for homework. You can put in the message. 9.34. 9th chapter, Shloka 34. Manmanabhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishashi yuktvaevam atmanam matparayanaha manmanabhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishashi yuktvaevam Atmana Matparayana. 9th chapter speaks about Bhakti Yoga, the most confidential knowledge. In that, the essence, the final shloka tells about the message of Bhagavad Gita. Here, Lord Krishna is telling us the process of perfection. Manmana Bhava, 4 aspects are given of Bhakti, 4 aspects of Bhakti. Manmana Bhava, always think of me. Manmana Bhava, Mad Bhakta, become my Bhakta, devotee. Bhakta. Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta, Madhyaji, worship me. Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, offer respects to me. What we do? When you go to temple, first thing we do is we offer respects. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, we offer respect. Namaskuru. Then we are doing Archana. Puja is doing Archana, we are also, who is watching Archana is also doing Archana. Or we do Puja at home, all of you, maybe doing Agarbatti, Deep, on the Madhyaji, Yajan, Madhyaji. Then Manmana Bhava Madhva, think of me. You always think of Krishna, different leelas of Krishna, different, even studying of Bhagavad is also thinking of Krishna. Manmana Bhava Madbhakta, become my devotee. Become my devotee. What is being means of becoming devotee? To become dedicated to Krishna. What is the 3 words for bhakti?
Bhakta, Bhakti, Bhagwan.
See, Bhagavan, Bhakta, I have good students here. So I come regularly. Very good students. Even Ved is also catching up. Dev, na? Dev catches up nicely. Nita is doing well. All the students they remember. Okay. I had asked last time to clean this Krishna Murti, and our student has done this service. Good service. He said she has cleaned. Correct? This is like the Krishna. Very good. So service, I took it and I told, but the student takes it up seriously. She has done the cleaning work. That's nice. That is bhakti. Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna is Bhagavan, you are Bhakta. Whatever service Bhakta does to please Bhagavan is bhakti. Simple. When a guest comes to your home, you give him water, you give him snacks, you give him some whatever, fruits, juice, something you give. Atithi, Atiteya, Atitya. Atithi is the guest. You are Atiteya. You are the host, and the reception or service you give is Atitya. Atitya, correct? Atithi, Atiteya, Atitya. What you do in Atitya? Give water, food, whatever you can, you give. The same Atitya if you do for Krishna, that becomes bhakti. Offer water you give to guest, same water you give to Krishna. We give fruits to the Bhagavan, that is Naivedyam we do. We offer water, we do Abhishekam. All the same, very same thing we do for Bhagavan, it becomes bhakti. So you are sitting and hearing bhakti. Somebody set up a mat, bhakti. Prabhuji brought us from the metro station, bhakti. All aspects are related to bhakti. Okay. So Manmana Bhava Madbhakta. Who is Bhakta? Who is performing service to Bhagavan?
Prabhu,
Yeah.
me and Mokshana, we set up the mat.
You set up the mat, see? Mokshana and Nishita did the mat setting. That is bhakti. Bhakti, correct? So any aspect, child can do, elders can do, scientists can do, all of us can do. So anybody can do bhakti, perform bhakti. Krishna accepts from everyone. In fact, he appreciates children because they are more simple and pure. We are little diplomatic, little, with age. I say actually, the teenage is the best. Growing up is a very dirty affair. So much of contamination. You start differentiating between friend and enemy and try to see what is in for me. That those things can happen. But children are pure. Krishna accepts those sentiments of bhakti. Manmana bhava mad bhakta. Think of me, become my bhakta, worship me and offer respects to me. So this is the essence. Why it is again the same sloka is stressed again. Again in the 18th chapter we say. We will repeat this also. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaisi satyam te pratijane prayosi me. Here is saying, who does these four elements? Think of me, become my devotee, what is the third one? Worship me and offer your respects to me. Okay, let's repeat. Think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your respects to me. We'll repeat. Think of me,
become my devotee,
worship me, worship me and
Offering.
offer your respects to me. Think of me, become my devotee,
Worship me,
offer your
offer
respects to me.
your
Correct? Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskar. 4 items. So whoever does these 4 items, Krishna is telling, he will definitely, certainly come back to me. About this, do not doubt. There is no doubt. I am giving this assurance. Just before that he is saying, Sarva dharma parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshesham. Do not fear, I will protect you from all your sinful activities also. I will protect you from all your reactions of sinful activities, and whoever does these 4 things will come to me. And Srila Prabhupada has established the ISKCON movement, Hare Krishna movement. Why did Prabhupada establish this movement? To give us a facility to do these 4 things. Correct, no? If you go outside, if you say I want to do bhakti, can you discuss with people? Think you have a problem. Will people encourage or appreciate if you go to anybody and say I want to discuss Bhagavad Gita? How many people appreciate? Very few, correct? But if you say let's go to a club, you will get 10 friends immediately. There is a party there, let's go and dance. Or if there is a DJ has come, famous DJ. Prabhu, I heard people are paying 2 lakhs for a DJ performance. That too not available. Not available. One singer had come to Bangalore, jam packed. I think some Western, they used to wear some black t-shirt and they used to go. People were mad. 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs ticketing. Adu black is black is not available in black also. So much. We are giving freely. Come Baba, we will give free prasadam. Nobody is interested. So what is valuable, people do not appreciate. So why Prabhupada set up this ISKCON movement is, in the simplest way, is to give us a facility and an association, a platform, a club where we can do these 4 things. What we do here? We think of Krishna. We speak about Krishna. Mat chitta, mat gata prana.
Bodhayantas parasparam, kathayantas prananityam, rinvanti cha ramanti.
Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Mat chitta, think about Krishna. Mat gata prana, we make Krishna our life and soul. Mat gata prana. Bodhayanta parasparam, teach each other about bhakti. Bodhayanta parasparam, bhakti. Bodhayanta parasparam. Kathayantas cha mamnitam, hear about me. Tushyanti cha, we take pleasure in that, happiness in that. Tushyanti cha, we become happy. Ramanti cha. So Prabhupada set up this movement to practice these 4 things. So basically ISKCON is an organization where we study Bhagavad Gita, where we chant the holy name of Krishna, where we think of Krishna and help each other think of Krishna, remind each other about Krishna. Correct? Then where we help each other become devotee of Krishna, where we help each other serve Krishna. If see in an association, service just happens. If you are sitting now after the class, can you please fold the mat? If you are engaging in folding the mat, what you are doing?
service.
Bhakti, seva. Or someone asks, can you please hand out some spoons of prasadam? Ho gaya seva. So it's so easy, it just happens. It happens. Correct? Otherwise, you'll be asked to serve something else if you're not serving here. But correct? If you're in friends, can you please pass on that beer bottle? Somebody will ask. That also you're serving. Whether you want to serve the beer bottle or the Bhagavad Gita. Or correct? Happens, right? So service will happen with the kinds of people where you go. You sit in a, you may not drink, you may not do that, but can you please pass on? Pass on. So you are indirectly, you are contributing to his sinful activity. You also take a share in that. Okay, so we have to take association in the satsanga. In Kannada there is saying, no? Sajjanara sanga hejjenu savidanti. So durjanara sanga bachalina prachinante. It's like a drainage water. Durjana sanga. Sajjana sanga means the association of sajjanas who are devotees. Is like honey. We take that. I don't know if you know this example. Very famous. They say there are two kinds of bees: the honey bee and the common fly. Common fly. So what is the difference? Honey bee and the common fly. Two kinds of flies are there. Correct? Honey bee. You have seen honey bee?
Yes.
Yeah, honey bee and the common fly also you would have seen. So what honey bee does is, honey bee, it sits in a flower, on flower. It takes makaranda, it takes honey and nectar, and it gives to others nectar. Correct? What the common fly does? It sits in dirty place, absorbs dirty things, and it distributes the same dirt everywhere. Correct? So people who are not interested in bhakti, who are interested in Vishaya, what about this, what about that, what about him, her, or even Vishaya things, they sit in dirty places, they absorb dirty things and freely distribute dirty things around us. So we also, if you associate with such people, you will get that dirt. But if you associate with a person who is like a honeybee, who is honeybee? Who is Sajjana, who is a devotee of Krishna. So if you come to Durga Prasad Prabhu's home, what you will get? About you are seeing Bhagavad Gita, so why don't you sit and read Bhagavad Gita? Why don't you hear Bhagavad Gita? Okay. So we'll make a library here, common library. We'll just keep some books, small books. Whenever you come, whoever comes early, pick up a book and read. We'll keep some small set of books. Okay. There are always books available. You can pick up a book and read. You are spending time Bhagavad Gita, or you may do some service. That is Sajjana. So ISKCON is set up or established for helping us to practice these four things. So our request is, please take advantage. So one more thing, what is our benefit? Nothing. We got it. We have to pass on that message. If you come, my life will not change. If you don't come, my life will not change. But I will be happy if you also take advantage of this message. Prabhu, it took me only 3 days to understand that this is the substance. So I was invited. Someone who invited you? Who told you about this program? Prabhuji. Okay. So I Prabhuji called you. A gentleman called me. So let's discuss Bhagavad Gita. I just read. I understood there is some substance. So pick it up, practice, and see the difference. You'll see that. Of course, in India, all of us know about bhakti. Nothing too new. All of us are born in the culture. Now, of late, the atmosphere is more towards materialistic engagement, polluting at a fast track. So we have to be cautious. See, I have some money in the pocket. 100 rupees I kept in my pocket. I go out with that money. Okay. And some TDH, which is Tom, Dick and Harry, is doing some gymnastics on the road. By looking at him, I lose myself. I forgot about myself. I become absent-minded. And taking advantage, I lose. Somebody picks up, steals my money. By looking at him, I lost my money. Now, will my losing money make any difference to that TDH? The Tom, Dick and Harry who is dancing on the street, will my loss make any difference to him? No, he is not. The complaint doesn't matter to him. I am the one who has lost. Example I am telling you is, we have got some wealth with us, which we have received from our family values, parents, our culture, our devotional values. You have received from your parents, your family, your environment, and you have it with you. And you keep it with you and go out in the street or out in life. And you see some fellow doing some sinful activity. Something else he is doing. He is doing atheistic. It's fashionable to say, I am atheist, I don't care for God, who studies Bhagavad Gita is not for you, old people. So many theories are there. Right? So by listening to his theory, if I do not perform bhakti, if I lose my culture, or if I fall down to become a sinful person, will that fellow's life change? No, he will only get another companion to sponsor his sinful activities. Correct? For him, it's not a loss. Who has lost? He has lost. So you have that wealth of bhakti in our heart. So we have to be careful, and we have to be very cautious about this very important statement. We have to be very careful about the influence the word can potentially impose upon us. Right? At home. Now Moksha is far away in Bhubaneswar. There are a lot of influences around you. The students you have, where all varieties by now, some of your classmates would have started drinking, smoking, everything. Yeah. But you have got a culture at home, bhakti culture. But now you are in an outside environment. So you have the discrimination, but still you have to protect yourself. Our values. It's very easy to lose it. It's very easy to lose. Within 2 days you lose. Correct? Very easy to lose. Or what you call to succumb to that influence. But we have to protect. I'll give one last, I'll finish the example. Importance of culture. Now these kids are getting this culture. There's one, I forget his name, some Kalyan Ram something. He's one of the very, very senior executives in a very big company. He was brought up from a very humble background. He rose very high, very high. But wherever he went, he never lost his values. For example, he doesn't booze, he doesn't eat meat. He has certain principles. Wherever he goes, he gets up at certain time. He has his, he has some man of devotional principles. Everything he has. He has restraint. Whereas others have dropped to succumb to the influence. So one gentleman asked him, is a real time very good lesson. Is some Kalyan Ram something. He has asked, what keeps you resist? What helps you resist the temptation? Temptation is easy to drop, right? Drop. When I was in companies, at the annual meeting, they have the annual gathering in every company they have. So it starts at something 7, around 8:30 bar opens, background. At 8:30, except for 3 to 4 of us, all of us are in the background. They all go back. Only 3-4 fellows are in that function area. All of them are religiously gone to the back. There we have some Dwivedis, Dubey, and Chaturvedi, Sharma, and Mishraji, Panditji, everybody is there. Back in the background. All gone. You see Brahmanas and all the classes of people. They are there behind. So this guy was asked, what keeps you hold on to your values? There you told a point that from my childhood, young age, up to my 10th standard, where after that I went out to hostels, up to 10th standard, his mother, they are about 2-3 siblings. His mother every day would make all the children sit and do Ram Katha every day, Ramayana. 10 minutes bhajan and one shloka from Ramayana, and she would tell stories, bhakti stories about Prahlad, Dhruva Maharaj, some Bhagavatam, Bhagavad. There was a half an hour session every day. He said that half an hour session until I was 16 years old, without a miss, it happened every day. That gives me the strength to resist temptations. Agree? What you got in childhood, I'm seeing Moksha from his primary school days. The same boy. That same, what keeps that strength, what gives the strength, is the values you get at home. So let us not lose it, and if possible, develop on that and take it to next level. And that can happen in the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. So shall we learn this sloka? Manamana Bhava Madbhakto, it's chapter 9, text 34. Yes.
Prabhu, I know a little bit.
I
know a little bit.
Yeah, can you tell?
2 lines. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyajin Manaskaro Mame Vaishnavi Yuktaivam Atmanam Manajitaha.
You know the full. You said only a little bit. Let's clap for her. See, this is samskar. We learn slokas and it helps us remember. Thank you. I will end here. If there is a question, we can take.
Prabhu, I know last slokas also.
Which one?
Everything.
Means?
Every sloka I know.
Very good, very good. You have to learn more. This shloka you learn. Huh? Manmanama Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskar. Yes.
Once I go to summer camp. I go to summer
You go to summer camp. There you learn the shlokas. Yeah, I never went to summer camp. My summer camp was all play. These kids have the opportunity at this age. They got this. Yeah, that's nice. Good. Thank you. So please keep coming every Saturday. So that we can, because we can't discuss the entire Bhagavad Gita in one go. They say no, bite as much as you can chew. You can take one bite at a time. Slowly we'll cover more and more. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.